this tutorial, I'll show you how to change the page size so that your PowerPoint looks more like a regular infographic. Most infographics are very long and narrow files, so as you scroll down you can read more about the main idea. You can do that in PowerPoint by going to Design and then Page Setup, and then you can change the width and the height. The default PowerPoint size is 10 by 7.5, but you can actually just change that to whatever number you want. I recommend something at least twice as high as it is wide. Some of the infographics that I've seen online are actually super tall, so it's a very narrow size. Either one is fine. I have noticed that the larger the page size, sometimes your PowerPoint can kind of get slowed down and the computer may kind of lag a little bit, so maybe I recommend something between maybe 20 and 30 inches for the height. The one that I'm working on is going to be 10 by 25. And then just hit OK. And now you'll see your slide is actually much taller than it is wide. Normally I delete the default boxes as well because you're going to be creating your own information. You can do that just by right clicking on them and going to cut, so that now I have a completely blank page. The first thing I want to show you after I zoom in down here at the bottom is how to add some word art. A good infographic usually has a strong title at the beginning so you know what it's going to be about. So we'll do that by going to Insert and then Word Art. And you've got a lot of different choices for what you want your letters to look like. Again, these are just some defaults. You can always customize them, but I'll use just this black one with the white border. Then you can type what you want it to say. My infographic was about data storage. And then you can change the size. Normally this little window will pop up when you highlight font, and you can change it right here. Or if that doesn't show up, you can always go back to the Home tab and you can change your font size right here. This is going to need to be pretty big for it to fit across my page. So you can see my largest size is 96. If I wanted to go larger than that, I could just highlight the 96 and type in a bigger number. If I tried 200 and hit enter, you can tell it's going to be a little bit too large. Let's try 100. And then you can move it around. To move boxes on PowerPoint, you need to set the mouse right on the edge until you see the 4 arrows, and then you can click and hold the mouse down. You can drag it wherever you want it to go. By default, it usually puts things right in the middle, which can be kind of frustrating when you've got a long file size like this. You just got to kind of move them around and get them set where you want them. You can also change the font. So the default font here is Calibri, but you can pick lots of different choices. I really like how you can just put the mouse right over the top, kind of get a feel for what it's going to look like. I'm going to grab this one this time because I kind of like the way that looks, kind of retro, since I'm kind of talking about the history of hard drives. Alright, so now your page should be set up to a nice long page size, and you got some ideas on how you can enter word art. There's a lot of customizing you can do to your word art up here under drawing tools. I'm not going to go over that, but you can experiment with that and kind of really customize how it looks, or you can just take one of the default ones and use that as well.